podcast. I'm Brody Rainey, joined as always by Josh Looper.
Yes.
Thanks for joining me today.
Always, man. I'm having a blast.
Every day for the last, 6 weeks, but after not seeing you for like 10 months. That's kind of nice.
A long time.
Thanks for checking us out. If you're watching the video, we're on YouTube. By the time this episode goes live, we will have figured out how to get on podcast feeds. So all of those podcast feeds out there, Spotify and Apple, we're going to get on every single possible one. So thanks for checking us out there. Leave some nice reviews, some comments. But we have a little bit of a change in plans. Well, there never really was a plan. We're just kind of forming this as we go. But there's actually a third guy that lives in this house that is probably even more of a hardcore gamer than either of us. He's going to be on the show as well. His name is Colt Lindsay. Welcome to the show, Colt.
Dude, what's up, bud? And yo.
Oh, you
Josh.
totally screwed that up. It's all good.
Aw, man.
I'll figure it out.
I was ready for it.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you had you on.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for letting me join this again.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we talked about this for like a year, and then it just couldn't happen, and never did happen. I went on the road. You guys did your own thing, and now it's like, you know what? Time just kind of worked out.
Like,
here we are.
I always kind of feel like these were the three personalities that would make up what this channel would be. Mm-hmm. Because we all bring something different at the table. But
very, very different.
The episode 1 was kind of recorded on a whim, so that's why Colt wasn't there, and we have always wanted him to be around. So
no, I didn't want
to get
him.
on this web. Are you kidding me?
The deep web.
Yeah,
man.
Web.
So we answered a couple just kind of opening questions last time. And I want to just get your answer now. So, what was my question I asked Josh was, what was his first game console? So, what was your first video game console?
It was a Sega GameGear. Remember that like giant blocky, just like portable game system?
I don't remember it, but I know what it is.
Basically, it was like, I'm pretty sure as a kid it took 4 AA batteries, if not more, and that sucker would drain it dry in like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. And like I just remember playing like this giant chunky thing as like a 7-year-old, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like,
it just drains fucking battery.
Yeah, it drains battery, and I'm also 7 years old. I don't really understand some of the games that I was playing yet.
They had a really cool Sonic game on there.
I think that's why.
Yeah, and he rode around in caves and stuff like that on the little tracks, the little train tracks. You hop in them and hop out. I've never finished that one. Maybe I need to go do that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're on this Sonic terror right now.
I am.
You're buying every possible Sonic game that was ever been made. So. That's great, man. So did you what was like your favorite game on the GameGear? Did you have a favorite at all, or?
Honestly, dude, I just don't remember the games on the GameGear. It was more once I got a Gameboy, that's kind of what I remember having, which was like Pokemon Red. I had the Simpsons game on the Gameboy. If you remember what that was.
No, I never played that one.
Oh, okay. So nice little 2D platformer. Never could figure it out once Bart left summer camp. Trying to leave summer camp, couldn't figure out how to get over the wall.
I know some of those Simpsons games are nuts. I've got a couple of them on NES, but that's cool, man. Well, I mean, what was after GameGear? That's obviously not like your most fond.
No,
memory
so
of
it
a
was
console.
definitely like N64, Game Boy Color.
Yeah. Okay.
Similar.
I think you've had a similar trajectory as I have.
Oh yeah, no, I think a lot of people got into first with Nintendo. And then you might have gotten to your teens, and that's like, hey, I want to switch to PlayStation or Xbox. That's kind of where it kind of spliced.
Everything started to veer off.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, I think Josh has a question for you.
What is your desert island game, man?
Like the game that I would be stuck forever with?
Yeah, your desert island game. You're stuck there forever or just for a really long time.
Yeah, so Witcher 3.
Oh,
Wild Hunt.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I tried it. I couldn't do it.
Sorry,
man.
But
of course, that's your game. You're obsessed with it. It's only because you get to bang the bitches, though.
And I get to hunt monsters, and I'm a badass guy.
He does say he gets to hunt monsters a lot.
Yeah.
And how many hours did you put in this game?
Like 500 plus.
500 plus. That is a lot of hours in a game.
Well, I mean, you got to think the game was already designed to be like an 80-hour minimalist completion.
Quest.
Yeah, like minimal. Just to level up, you have to do side quests. It is very deeming for an RPG. But dude, you get 2 swords, you get to fight monsters, bang chicks, take down governments, assassinate a king. What else can you ask for?
Yeah, that much game. That's definitely what you need to have on a desert island.
If you can't live back there in the past, just relive it through The Witcher 3.
I know. Be Geralt of Rivia.
I think, Colt, it's time for you to ask us something now. We had something for you, but since you're the third guy, it's only appropriate.
Who was the first, like, who got you into gaming, actually?
Well, you know, I'm afraid that we might all be pretty similar here, but I'm not sure. It was my dad, you know. Okay. My dad was the big gamer. My dad would play tons of games. They did start out whenever I was like really young, too young for games. They had like the NES and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But whenever I got old enough to play games, I had the Sega Genesis, like I talked about last time and stuff. That was just all my dad, right? And then he got a computer, and it was Quake and Doom, and I just followed everything my dad played, and I had a blast with it.
Yeah.
So, and he always opened me up to keep being a gamer. There was always a game system in the house that we could play, and he always upgraded different things, you know, to allow us to keep gaming.
That's awesome, man. It's cool that he continues to collect now too.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
It's partly your fault.
Why would it be my fault?
Why is it his fault?
The moment that I start, well, I guess it's both of our faults. The moment that I started collecting Dreamcast games, Brody's over here collecting games for every system. And then I tell my dad that we're doing this, and he's like, oh my gosh.
I got to do it too.
I got to do this too. So he's getting like Atari Jaguar games and the Lynx, the Atari Lynx.
He just had crazy stuff.
Oh, some crazy stuff.
That's cool, man.
Don't ever bring up the Jaguar.
The Jaguar.
It's the box, the cubicle Jaguar with the roar. That's what makes it for me.
But 64 bits processor.
Oh no, it's
running high.
It's impressive, especially that Jaguar.
Well, I had kind of a similar story, but I have another one to go with it. So my dad, of course, he liked games growing up, and the first system he bought us was the Nintendo 64. I was about 6 years old, but before that, I think my earliest memories of even knowing what a video game was going out to West Texas to see my cousin Kyle. And I remember he had Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1. Those are the three consoles I remember him playing. So I think probably the earliest memory I have of a video game was actually Super Metroid. Ooh. Watching him do something on Super Metroid, and maybe a couple levels on Mario. And then there was one summer I went and stayed over there, and he had already gone off to college and everything. I just went to go stay with my aunt and uncle, but it was in his old room, and he was probably like 7, 8 years older than me, and I was just like this kid, you know, going through all his PS1 games. So that's when I learned what Final Fantasy VII was and Chrono Cross. I didn't even know Chrono Trigger was a thing. But I remember that was probably the summer of 2000, maybe summer of 2001, because that's when I finally finished Banjo-Tooie. I remember finishing it in his room on his little CRT television that he had. And I also remember being tripped out that all those PS1 games had multiple discs on them. It blew my mind. And I was like, oh, where's disc 4? I was like, there's not 4 discs for Final Fantasy VII. I remember thinking, oh, it must be in the PlayStation because Kyle's that good. He's already that far in the game. But there's only 3 discs in the game. I just didn't know any better. But yeah, honestly, I'm glad you asked that question, man, because it made me think about some stuff I hadn't thought about in a long time, man.
Well, you need to appreciate like who got you into this. Yeah, I mean, it becomes such a big part of your life.
I don't even remember like. Can either of y'all? I know you're about to answer it with this, but maybe answer this question along with it. Like, what? Can you remember what you liked about it as a kid? Like, why were you so into this as a kid? Just because it was on the TV and colorful, or something like that? You know?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, let me start off with the first one.
Yeah.
So, like, who got me into gaming was my cousin Josh. So I was like 7 years old, like I said, and he was playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like I just remember it being Pokemon. He like shows me it, and I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Oh man!
Like as the kid version of what the hell is that?
I have some early daycare Pokemon memories.
Yeah. Think about that. We were like kids, and Pokemon was just like coming in, and like that was such a crazy thing to like see.
Yeah.
And I think what got me into games is seeing like, I think as a kid, it kind of registered in my brain that like, dude, this is something I'll never ever see in real life. This is someone's creation.
Right.
Which is like, I think that's what anyone games for, is the fact that it's, you know, you're going to see something you would never see anywhere else.
Right.
Like it's the most amazing feeling, I think.
It kind of plays to that imagination.
Yeah, where imagination runs wild.
Yeah.
And it's like anything is possible.
Right.
But yeah, I think I summed that up pretty quickly.
No, you did.
I'm not as descriptive as you guys.
No, that's great. So, Josh, did you think at all about what I asked? If like what about the games drew you in?
I just remember sitting there and having a little controller when you like playing Sonic the Hedgehog and you push the A button, he jumped, and
you saw the reaction of
it and everything, and just the cool levels and stuff and going through, and the music. You're like, okay, I'm in this. I don't know. I never finished half those games when I was a kid, just because some of them were really hard.
Well, as a kid, you don't really have the brain capacity yet to be like, oh wait, maybe this is a puzzle. You're kind of just like, oh, go.
I remember playing Mario Kart at daycare. There was a daycare that had like 3 or 4 TVs or something.
That's a sick daycare.
Maybe Mario like 2 Kart. TVs. I remember playing that, and I also have a memory of playing Mario Kart at one of my dad's friends' houses when I was probably 5 or something, 6 maybe. And Chemical Brothers was playing in the background. So I think it was just somebody saying, "Hey, check this out," and me immediately going, "Yeah, I know what to do." You know, I don't remember ever having to like learn how to play a game. You just grab the controller, and something about how simple those games looked and controlled was easy for us at that age to just go, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
well, a D-pad and 2 buttons isn't pretty. That's not hard at all to figure out.
Yeah, definitely. But the N64 controller is a little crazy, man.
That is a crazy controller.
Like, what were we fucking smoking back then?
Playing Tony Hawk on that. Right. I went to go get a haircut at my buddy's house.
Yeah.
And he had an N64, and I was like, this is so awesome. We're playing Tony Hawk.
I know.
And this is so fun, dude. One. So fun playing.
Was it the gold one? The yellow one?
Yeah,
Pro Skater 2.
It was cool because back then every new game we tried was like something we because we were so young, we had never seen before. Like, oh, there's a skateboarding game now. You know, maybe there had been skateboarding games before, but not this 3D like Tony Hawk experience. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I really wish I could relive the year 1998 or 1999. Just one of those years. Just to like, you know, play Zelda like as a 6-year-old and like beat it and just blow everyone away.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you just made me think of something. So something that always flashes back like nostalgia major for me is how I felt in the store whenever they had like the little 64 or GameCube or Dreamcast or PlayStation controller available for you to play it on the little TVs, and you'd see all the games in there. Like I remember getting like Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. I remember seeing Banjo-Kazooie in Toys R Us. Like going to Toys R Us and you'd see all this stuff. And you're like, yeah, I gotta go back to Toys R Us.
Remember the commercials too that we would get?
The commercials.
It would be like Toys R Us commercials telling you to go there to buy video games. Like, we got this game, we got this game. That's just awesome, man.
Everything just looked so cool when you went through there. You're like, hundreds of games. Oh my God, I gotta have them all. Mom, no, dang it.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember going to Toys R Us and seeing all that stuff.
Yeah, they had it a lot there too.
Yeah, Toys R Us was a fun place, man. Well, man, that was very reminiscent. I'm starting to tear up. No, I'm kidding. But we're going to get into what we've been playing, and this week's been a little, I don't want to call it hectic. It's been exciting. It's been active. We've been constantly doing things and shouting out, you know, about adapters and connections and resolutions and frame rates. So, yeah, we've basically been on this. We did episode 1 last Monday, and we needed to go get some footage. So me and Josh in particular have been just running through and grabbing game footage for all these different systems and getting him comfortable. So what's that experience been like for you, Josh?
You know, once I finally nailed down where I really wanted to focus my time, whether it be upstairs or downstairs and stuff, and I put my Dreamcast and the 360 in my room, I have the Xbox One X in the living room, and then some of the older systems up here, I started to have fun, man. I plugged that guy in the computer, started recording now, and then you were kind of pushing me because I was thinking, I don't want to do that, like recording everything. Like when I thought about it, I was like, I don't want to record everything, but now it's becoming easy. Like I'm in there playing Sonic right now, or like right before this, and I'm like, it's not going to be hard for me to do this. Now if I get stuck and it's going to take me an hour and a half through one part, I'm going to pause it and like start another video.
Filter out stuff that we have to edit out.
But I've been having fun with it now. Like it's becoming like a habit. Like if I'm playing a game, I'm going to start the button and record. You
That's
know?
cool. It almost when it becomes easy, you start feeling bad for not recording. You're like, shit, I should have been recording that.
That's why I started doing it on the egg game.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, I've been stuck on this. But then I was like, I'm not going to be stuck forever. Just click the button whenever you start back up.
You'll know.
When you figure it out. And then I'm going to get that game footage so that I don't miss something awesome.
Right. But that's fun, man.
That's interesting.
Yeah, just been working out kinks. Colt's been getting us some footage too. When we've been taking advantage of the PS4 share option.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I mean the only complaint I have is like when you're playing like Warzone, it takes forever to share it.
Oh,
like,
does it?
Yeah, because like you're using up internet, so it's like, where do I divert my power?
Oh, okay. Like. So there's just a lag time when you press the button.
Which like,
okay,
it sucks because I've kind of done it a couple times during a match because I'm like, oh, that was a sick kill. I don't know.
And you try to go in and get the share.
I don't know if another 15 minutes is gonna go by before I'm able to share it. But no, honestly, it's worked out pretty well. Like,
yeah.
I think you said the videos look pretty clean coming off of it. They're still looking nice.
It works fine for what we're doing. I mean, there's channels out there that are kind of these just high fidelity. Like that's kind of what they go for. They have specs on every time they change screen to tell everyone. But I think we're just kind of providing like a cool like background. You know, there's background music in games. Well, this is like background footage. You know, you don't have to watch it, but if you want to watch it, it goes along with it. So
I want to help people like that have never heard of the game I've played.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like have a little like visual stimulant and be like, oh wow, that's what it looks like. That's how it plays.
And they might want to pick up the game themselves, like that. Yeah. Like the Shenmue one, like playing Shenmue 3 on the last one was huge for me because people were like, "What's that?" And they look at it like that was kind of cool. And then they see that there's like so many fans of this game, and you just start. Yeah. You go down the rabbit hole of whatever game it is.
Exactly, man. Yeah, we're just trying to get at, you know, put a visual to what we're talking about, and that'll pique your interest even more into what we're talking about. So
yeah, I thought it was cool you caught video of an MMO that's like 20 years ago, still active but is considered dead.
Oh, Phantasy Star Online. You've been playing a little bit of that. Well, do you want to go ahead and talk about some of that right now?
Let's get into this one. Okay, so I've been, as we know, collecting for the Sega Dreamcast for the past couple of years. When I was on the road, I was even picking up a few games. Yeah. Kind of stopped. I have about 200 games.
I gave you a bunch that I had.
Yeah, you had found.
I decided to say, you know what, you can just have all this. Like you're the Dreamcast guy now.
Well, along the way too, I found the keyboard. I found the mouse. I even said F it, and I picked up the $180 extremely rare broadband adapter. Yeah. So I put it in, and I played a couple of years ago, but like. There was like nobody on whenever I got on. I ran around by myself and it was boring. Well, it's been itching at me now that I'm back home, and I turned it on yesterday just to see. There was 2 people on, and I was like, this sucks. 5 minutes later, I just kind of go and grab something to drink, and it's like all of a sudden these 2 people are jumping around me. And I'm like, what the heck? They're just jumping around like, dude, you wanna play? And I'm like, hell yeah, I want to play. Tight. This guy comes and helps me level. And then there's 2 other people that are lower level than me even come in, and we're playing. You have 4 people per party. We had a full party. And we're playing a 20-year-old MMO that's dead that somebody revived on a random server. And it's so cool. And I've even got some footage of that. I was just having a blast. I've got to get back on.
If you're watching this, you're seeing the footage now. If we're doing it right, of course.
Yes. So very, very happy that
I'm glad that you got it working. And I'm also glad that you said that you were playing with somebody that was emulating on their PC. Yes. So they didn't even have the hardware or the software.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So, they had the Dreamcast emulator and the Silverant server downloaded through an ISO on their computer.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool, man.
One guy was from the UK, another guy was from Chile.
What?
Yeah, the dude from Chile didn't play with us, but he chatted with us before, and then he left. He was like a way higher level. But it was just so cool because they're like...
He was God's here. He was like, I'm not going to mess with you peasants.
And he even said, because I said I was from Texas, he was like, oh yeah, did you know that our flags are extremely similar? And I looked at it, I was like, whoa, okay, that's cool. Yeah.
The Chile flag.
That's something I learned while playing a 20-year-old MMO online.
Yeah, if I ever go to Chile and wear Texas stuff, I guess I'll fit right in, right?
There you go.
Like, oh, you get it.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I wish that there was more of that for some of those old online games. Like, I guess like some of the old EverQuest, there might still be some servers for that. And Champions of Norath, I wish I could play online. And SOCOM. Oh, God, I wish I could play
SOCOM, dude.
That was my first online gaming experience.
Really?
On PS2. Yeah.
Nice.
Man.
Well, I've just been doing a lot of Final Fantasy VII Remake along with Colt. And, I talked a little bit about it last episode if you want to add. You're 2 chapters behind me?
Yeah, I'm about 2 chapters. I'm on 14.
Okay.
I'm about to start 15. Just finishing up a little bit of the side quest before I go. Trying to get the Leviathan summon. You know.
That sounds badass.
Yeah, I hope that's a spoiler.
I forgot that I had to fight him.
Dude, you have... I mean, it looks like it's going to be raw. Like, yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, I'll take 100 deaths to it.
Well, the first 3 summon bosses weren't really that difficult.
No, exactly. But this one has like an instant like death ray. Just hits you, dead. You're just like, oh.
Well, how do you even block against that? Do you have to have some kind of...
I think you just gotta be up close on him. It's kind of like a Dark Souls thing. You
right.
Just get up
just
real
don't
close.
get hit.
Yeah. And like overall though, fantastic game. Probably one of the best games of 2020. I'm gonna put it down there.
Yeah.
Like, especially with everything that's been happening lately, this is gonna be the top one.
Yeah, especially with all these games getting
leaked
pushed and leaked man.
But anyway,
I love how much heart the game has. All the characters feel.
It feels real, and it feels like someone took this remake and they said, "Hey, let's be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not just beat around the bush. Let's actually take. If we're not going to give you a full game, like you even said, give you 30 hours of stuff you didn't even know happened, and let's make it feel like it's actually like really impactful."
Yeah.
And I feel like that's insane to take a game, take like what a third of the original game, and make it feel so impactful.
Right.
Because like I feel like what comes after this, like
it's going to be even more impactful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
knowing what we know generally about the story, I can't wait to see what they do.
I mean, like think about it, like it brings like actual tears and like feelings to your to you because it's like wow, the character development's there, which you don't see in a lot of games. Which I can't even say I've seen a game like that since God of War, which like grabbed me. I was like, oh, whoa. I know. Maybe that's what it was. It was the boy. It was the sternness of Kratos.
The sternness of Kratos.
But dude, fantastic game, fantastic mechanics. I mean, I'm a little iffy still on like how to like always use my quick attacks because I like to go through like command
the
tab,
menu.
menu, everything.
I really just use it for like Braver if I want to pull that off real quick, and fire. I put fire on X.
Yeah,
and that helps a lot.
I need to get more magnifying materia, but that's a side note for later.
I think I've only found one.
I know.
Or maybe two.
If there's two, I would be the most OP mother.
Yeah, I don't think I have two of those right now. So there may just be one in the whole game.
Anyway.
Too bad for you guys.
Well, I mean, you just got to play it next, but, somebody does have a PlayStation,
Yeah.
No, he's got access to play.
I got access. I'm going to play it.
It's not the same.
I've been playing the original one for 3 years now and just need to get back on it and finish it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I haven't made too much progress in it. I mean, most of the gaming I've been doing has been like behind the scenes technical. I think I advanced maybe 30 minutes from last Monday. So
good.
Yeah, all the
I need to
gaming
catch
I've
up.
been doing is footage capturing. So
Dude, you've been working your ass off on that stuff, man.
Yeah,
It's
no
cool.
kidding.
That's one thing about Brody is like when he finds something at the computer or anything, he's extremely dedicated. So he took, even when I was thinking all this footage, man, there's no way we're going to need all this footage. Just throw some footage on there. No, he did it right and put it all in there very well. So thank you for that. I think that's going to be really cool for this.
I wanted to make it like worthwhile for somebody to click on a video that long, you know, and we're putting out supplemental content. Like we're by now there's probably like 4 or 5 highlight videos, very similar to the Joe Rogan experience. Get woke. But
Get woke.
that's not his phrase. I don't know. I'm just
Get woke.
That's how people act. That
controversy.
That's how people.
But I didn't want it. I always kind of want like a video with podcast, and I know that requires a whole another layer of production. Like we need the place to look good and be lit well. We need to look great, and eventually, just from halfway through this episode, I feel like we would be really comfortable all with our own microphones, like sitting in our own spot. Because I can tell like we're trying to like sit comfortably, but also like speak clearly into the mic.
Yeah.
And there's a balance there.
That's funny for me. Like, before we started, I was like, I don't know if I can sit like this or stuff. Once I get in the moment, though, I'm like, I'm comfortable. Even though I'm all close like this, I'm good.
Because sitting comfortably in the chair I'm in puts me so far, like I'm like way back here now.
Yeah.
You don't need that. So
no.
God, we just got in a deeper web.
No, that's what it's all. It's all about the deep web.
The deep web.
The deep.
I guess we got other games.
Well, Colt, I want to give you what other stuff have you been playing?
I went through Dark Souls Remastered. Finally beat it after like playing it 2 months straight,
and then just
and
putting
it's
it
like,
down.
I don't care right now. And it wasn't like I was like never not interested in the game. Loved it. Hated Brighttown. Even Brighttown being as like well polished as it was, still.
Blighttown.
Yeah, Blighttown.
It's definitely not bright.
Well, yeah, no, it's not.
It's freaking dark down there.
No, it's crazy though, because like that game makes you actually appreciate level design.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
And you told me that a long time ago when I finally beat it. I finally got it because it's like, it's crazy that
you were so mad at me the whole time you were playing. You're like, this game's hard.
Well, dude, it's not like 3. 3 was like so well polished with like mechanics and stuff. Yeah. Having weapon art definitely made it easier.
It's easier to become OP in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, and like
no rhyme intended, but
no, but I mean Dark Souls 3, man, that's a masterpiece.
I love that game too.
So had you not played 1 before?
No, I played 3, then Bloodborne, then Dark Souls 1. I've attempted Dark Souls 2, never done Demon Souls.
Yeah,
like I'm the only one here that's being Sekiro, and I'm gonna.
That's true.
And y'all both gonna have to. Maybe we'll all have to play the Otage then.
Otage's gonna be awesome.
I'll play Otage. Like,
did I show you some of that?
Yeah,
it's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that is literally Souls on the Xbox. Yeah, and you can like float in the air. The more you strike. Yes, that doesn't make any sense, but fuck it, it's awesome for games.
Video games don't make sense.
Yeah, it's like I don't want it to be realistic.
No,
that's why all the people that get bent out of shape when something isn't Call of Duty boggle me. I'm like, why do you need it to be so dull and realistic constantly? Like,
well, I mean, I love Call of Duty, but like.
I just hear that. I hear that a lot. It's like, oh, but it's not. You know, I don't want futuristic, but I don't want old, and I literally just want this. It's
people just like, want. This is all Call of Duty is for. It's just, I just want to shoot somebody. That's all it is.
Yeah,
that's the reason I play it. Like, I'm trying to snipe some guy from 400 meters and say, oh, that was a sick shot. Like, it's all about the play. Other than that, like, no, you're right. It's bland. It's boring. It's the same thing over and over and over.
Do you guys still play the stories on those? I know I used to. And I thought I had fun
on Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I haven't played a story since World War II.
I played
Ghost.
I played Advanced Warfare and
Advanced
World
Warfare
War
is
II.
tight.
Never touched it.
Advanced Warfare and World War II campaigns were pretty worthwhile. I didn't touch Infinite Warfare, although I heard that one was good. Yeah, the campaigns. I mean, there's very few bad Call of Duty campaigns.
The thing is like.
They're good.
If the multiplayer's there.
The mechanics are so good in Call of Duty. Like you have to, of course, a campaign's gonna be great.
Yeah,
you know, because I think we all like a good FPS campaign.
Well, dude, I'm kind of bummed that like I'm probably like one of the very few people that ever think this, but like I love the mechanics of Black Ops 4. Being able to, so you're able to like dive, ride walls. You're able to like you're able to do a lot more things than what you could do in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
You didn't have mounting, which is OP. But all in all, man, Call of Duties are just the same old game. I still recommend playing Warzone, though.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a nice BR with 4 people deep?
I've been watching you engage my brother play it a lot. Yeah. It seems like a good time.
Oh, it's a good time. You know, when you're not screaming at each other. And...
I heard Gage come down and he was like, I can only do that for so long.
I know. I know. It's none of us are actually good, so it's just like
it's frustrating.
It's like a bunch of chickens running around with their heads cut off.
I bet, especially
one's trying to lead, and then everyone else is like, "Oh, I got to plunder. I got to do this." It's like, guys, come on.
Yeah, man. No, well, Josh, you've been playing anything else?
Yeah, some of the other stuff I've been doing. I actually I was picking up those Sonic games last week, and I just got some free ones through GameStop. You know, I was like,
oh,
okay.
Yeah, you got like an extra discount, right?
Yeah, Honey gave me a discount. That was fun.
I just got $15 off our video editing software.
Thank you. This is not sponsored, but hey, thank you, Honey.
It's funny, so this game has a little bit to do with the video editing software, because had you not gone through and bought these games and mentioned it, I wouldn't have thought, oh, put Honey on my desktop. So thanks for that.
There you go. Hey, it worked out. But no, I've been I put in the other day just to mess around the 007 Bloodstone. And you know,
I saw
Daniel
Craig.
Daniel Craig. And I mean, I saw like IGN had it for like 5 out of 10, and I was playing it. I was like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this game.
That's so great. I love
this.
That
Is
kind
fucking
of shit,
fun.
Dude.
And I just got on there. It was just like a third-person action shooter game, and I was like, the graphics look great for Xbox 360. It ran great. The boat scene at the beginning had me like, holy shit, this is so cool. Like, it was just simple, fun, and I was going around killing people. It doesn't have to be more than that to make it a 9 10. It was just a fun experience.
I think too.
Yeah, like, 5 out of 10 means like something's clearly wrong.
Yeah, like you couldn't play the game. That I could play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think like you have to take it for what it is, like with a grain of salt. That could be like they hated the game. They could be like, oh, it's a 5 out of 10. I feel like it's better just to like we watched a couple guys on YouTube that just tell you about the game, like Colin, like Colin Moriarty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he always just describes the game, doesn't give you a point
no review
system.
score. Yeah, I like that kind
which
of
is
shit.
I think that's way better. If you mention to me like, oh, it's kind of glitchy, I'll be like, all right, well, I'll still buy it. Not, oh, a 5 out of 10 kind of puts in your brain like, oh, I'll never play this game. And like you said, nothing wrong with it.
And it pushes
at least
the
so
game,
far.
Yeah, that's why that game is so cheap, and it's a hidden gem.
Yeah.
You know, because it's got that licensed game kind of taboo on it. Especially when did it come out? Probably like
2010.
Yeah, that sounds about the time where we were getting a lot of shitty. Like the movie games started going away a lot, so people just kind of wrote off, I guess, 007.
And again, I haven't gotten but a couple levels in, but it's fine.
It seems
it
like
felt like playing Splinter Cell or Grand Theft Auto.
Like you said, it reminds you of that 24, the game from last episode.
That was fine.
Yeah, there's like nothing jumping off the page about it, but it's playable. And it's fun. That's good, man. Well, Colt, have you done any other gaming? Any other things you need to talk about?
A little bit on the Switch, a little bit of the Animal Crossing.
Oh, you've dove in.
I mean, I dove in for
I didn't even know you bought the game.
I dove in for like a week straight and played it when I was like at my parents'. Great time, you know. Got a nice little village, got a bunch of like fossils I collected, a bunch of fish, caught a bunch of insects. Got killed by a bunch of spiders, you know, tarantulas. Bitches.
Wait, you can get killed on that game?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I mean,
I thought there was like I was talking to people and they were like, "No, nothing ever bad happens in this game." Like,
no, if you you visit some islands and like they have tarantulas on there, and a tarantula basically like instant pass out. Like you pass out, you lose kind of like you lose a little bit of like your valuables, not like any essentials really when you think about it. But like all the material you gathered, you're like, like, you had 5. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it puts you kind of, it's more immersive like that.
Yeah, and it's nice too because like I'll say this, crazy game because like there's people now that like pay to go visit other people's islands, like be like, oh,
I need such and such.
Yeah, I need such and such, and they built up these crazy things. There was actually a thing in Animal Crossing. I don't know if you saw this, but in Hong Kong, because of COVID-19, they couldn't do like a protest. Mm-hmm. Someone built a inside protest inside of Animal Crossing, like the chat, like Free Hong Kong.
Oh wow!
Because they're like, dude, it's like crazy. But anyway,
we probably just got demonetized, but it's all good.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine on episode 2.
Yeah, fuck you.
But what's crazy about the game is like it looks amazing. I'm seeing there's a lot of like pop culture and of anime being introduced in it, which I love.
That's cool. I like that it's so ingrained into the zeitgeist. That's a fancy word. I saw that what's his name, Elijah Wood, was made a post, or he's playing it? Somebody commented like, "Hey, look at my acorn farm," and he's like, "Oh, can I come?" And like, I need those. Like,
yeah, no, that's what's crazy. It's like, oh, I need that acorn. Oh, I need this.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think it's something I'm going to get into. I mean, it just seems like one of those endless games with no challenge. It's the challenge is, do you enjoy like micromanaging things to perfection or not?
It's like 4 hours a day I need to devote. And like, here's the thing: you can like time skip. Mm-hmm. But there's only so much you can do in a day before you have to like, oh, let me back out, set my clock, go another day, go back in.
Yeah.
So like the days add up. It's like meant to be played every day.
I didn't really get into Animal Crossing on the GameCube. I've tried it a few times. Very charming. Have you ever played?
I've never played them.
Yeah,
I'm not against them anyway. They didn't grab my attention. Like, oh my god, I gotta play this.
Yeah, I played like Stardew Valley and like RuneScape. I mean, that's a pretty grindy experience.
This is my first like grindy game, and I was like, I like it, but like it's nothing. It's just not my cup of tea.
Right. I wish I had more gaming stuff to add. I mean, Josh, is there anything else you've been playing of note other than the games we've talked about?
I mean, like I know last week I was stating that I hopped on that elemental gimmick gear for the Dreamcast. That's like my main, and I'm having fun with it. You know.
I like when you play that game. I feel like you're in real game mode when you're.
I'm having to think. I'm trying not to. Actually, I was saying I was having trouble with it, like some of the areas and getting lost. I wasn't getting lost at all. It was some game mechanic that it doesn't tell you much about that you're supposed to kind of learn on your own.
Have you read the booklet?
No. Yeah, I looked at the booklet and stuff like that, and that actually helped me with one of the things.
Yeah.
And if I would have been doing that more, I could have.
A lot of old games don't tell you what to do because they thought everyone just read the booklet that came with the game. So
Maybe I just need to do that more often.
Yeah, especially with old games.
But it's so cool that way because it's making me feel like old retro game. Hey, get into that mode, not just flying through a first-person shooter. You're having to think about where you're going, and it's a little bit like The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Like you just go over here if you want to. You go over here if you want to. Go over here. You go wherever for a while.
It's got great level design. I think that's what you're gonna like the most about Dark Souls. It's got that kind of. You could literally go anywhere in the game, but probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
it's fun though. It's worth it.
It's fun. Yeah, you can actually run down and like get the Rite of Kindling right at the beginning.
There's just a point where you hit in those games where you're just like, I'm just gonna go with the death run right now. Like I'm just gonna run as far as I can, gather as many items, and let's go for it. I don't care if I die, because let's face it, you're gonna die about 1,000 times in that game.
I embrace death.
I know I said it last time I was gonna get into this game. I've got to give it a try. Y'all got to get me on there like tonight or something just to try it.
Yeah, we could totally do it like a bonus video. And I can't devote time.
Egg is my first game.
No, that's fine.
But let's do it.
Let's just kind of jump in and, it may not even be the character you roll with. The cool thing is you can kind of pop in and out of Dark Souls, but not really. You can pop in from a stance that you don't really need to know what's going on all the time, but like mechanically, if you lose your touch, it is gonna suck to come back to.
I get you.
It makes it fun though when you do come back.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh,
relearning again is always good.
Gotta get good.
Yeah, that's like a yearly game for me. It seems it's like
you gotta play it once.
I got like a consistent playthrough going on at all times. Like, I'll get back to that. And
I want to get into that with the game. Like, be like, okay, I'm playing all of this series once a year, and that would be Deus Ex. And I've been telling myself do it, but then I'm like, oh man, I got so many of those other games. So I'm gonna hop back on there and go through that again eventually too.
Yeah, Deus Ex would be good.
All 4 of them.
Yeah. I was thinking I had like a little bonus question in this thing, So let's think about this. Who's the first video game character you remember being smoking hot?
Ooh, where are you coming from with that?
Who's answering first?
I'll answer first.
Okay. I mean, I'll be the weirdo.
Buddy. I'll be the weave of this.
There's nothing weirdo or 3 dudes, dude.
I mean, so mine is like Kairi from Kingdom Hearts series, more specifically 2, because I remember when like that came out on PS2. This sounds really fucking weird. Dude, this is so
Wasn't
weird.
she like super
14?
tiny?
I'm like,
dude, I was like 13. I'm fine, dude. You guys are like the old ones. I was fine. I was just like, I remember playing the cinematic scene, and it's like her in her schoolgirl outfit. I was
Jesus
like, oh,
Christ,
she's hot.
it's getting worse.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Oh, man.
He's in there on his laptop, like, playing those little weird games from Steam for like $1.
Well, you're the one that bought House Party.
Yeah, you have House Party.
I do have House Party. It was because Ralph, like, downloaded it, and I don't know why.
Okay, let's just push the blame off on someone that's not.
No, like he had it, and then he actually got kicked off Twitch because he didn't think about it, but he was playing that game. He didn't even get to anything, but they kicked him off Twitch for like a week or something like that. Oh god, it was very bad.
I didn't realize you couldn't do that.
The thing is to get anywhere on that, you have to spend like hours. I'm like, I still haven't gotten anywhere. I'm like, this is no.
Yeah, quit. Just watch YouTube videos.
Spend hours to try to see these naked girls. No thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just watch some anime.
The first game character I remember being hot. I mean, I had to really think about this, but I was at my buddy Stefan's house, and he was showing me like the ending of Final Fantasy VII. Like he had his save file. He's like, "Dude, I'm gonna beat Sephiroth. You want to see?" I was like, "Okay." So he like throws it in, and I guess in one of the cinematics, he was talking about how there's like this character's hot and has big boobs and stuff, and like he would, Tifa obviously is the one he's talking about. So yeah, that's probably the first time. I mean, I wasn't like, oh my god, but I'm like, yeah, I mean that's a hot game character. But it was definitely reconfirmed in the most recent remake.
Definitely.
Which has led to many searches and results and research and all kinds of stuff. So
there's some R&D.
There's been much R&D going on. We love Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I've got to play it. Once you guys are finished, I guess I'll hop on it.
Oh, well, Josh, I mean, who was your first love or crush?
Okay, so I actually was trying to figure this out to double check because I knew what my number one was, but I had to double check. I was even looking up trying to say, like, was there anything on the Genesis or anything on this? There wasn't. Dead or Alive 2, Kasumi.
Yeah.
Sorry. I had the Dreamcast game. whenever you pull the disc out of that, you have her laying in her bra and underwear on the game.
That's hot.
And I'm like, and I remember playing that game and my mom walking in the room and was like, that's just messed up. You're calling these girls hot and they're video game characters. I'm like, no, they're hot, Mom.
Well, you know what, Mom? We're going to put Dead or Alive Extreme 3 footage right here.
I always wanted to play that game, and I never did until we played it like a year ago. I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, I want to buy this game.
There's 3 of them. There's one on Xbox, there's another on 360, and then I have the...
Dead or Alive is just like a...
fighting game.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game. A really...
Well, no, there's dudes
bouncy boobs too,
yeah,
man, like nonstop.
Yeah, that's what it's built.
They
on.
kick ass. Kasumi kicks ass. Ayane kicks ass. They're amazing. It's probably one of the
I don't know if they kick
games.
ass or you just constantly staring at the bouncing boobs.
Okay, maybe I'm doing that, but they literally they were so good in game, good looking and playing that they made an extreme beach volleyball game out of it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I didn't play it, but for whatever reason, but I was in Japan and they had a virtual reality version of that game. And it was in a little arcade thing too, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, but I guess I just didn't have something or didn't do it. I wish I would have. Awesome. Extreme beach volleyball, yeah. But no, it was definitely Kasumi. I was looking at some list of like the top hot girls from games, and she was on that list too. So I was like, so was Tifa.
Yeah,
so
I had to go with the Final Fantasy character.
Yeah,
you know, for mine.
He went with the sort of Final Fantasy character.
Yeah, you went with like the Final Fantasy's characters like niece. So
yeah,
creep ass. But anyway,
oh yeah,
that's Colt for you. He's a part of the show now. We've invested our future into having him.
Yep,
we are thankful.
We're thankful.
Very thankful
for the web.
Thanks for listening to us. I mean, if anyone has anything else to say before we go, Colt, Josh.
Just keep gaming, boys.
Yeah, I got a lot of gaming to catch up on.
You got a lot of gaming to catch up on.
Now that we've got a lot of this technical stuff set up, let's be real, it's never done being set up. It's a constant thing. But
it'll get better.
We're enjoying it. We're having fun. Like you said, you're like, I'm having a great time. You're bringing your laptop all over the house recording. Colt, he's got his flash drive and his PS4 ripping those share data.
Oh, yeah, I'm just doing shared.
He's trying not to get killed while he's doing it, but he's doing it for the group. So
that was happening. Oh my gosh, I was playing Sonic 06. I was like, I'm gonna go through this wave ocean level and I'm not gonna die.
Yeah,
and then it just finds a way to die, and they're like, why? I
think there's other reasons that game.
Why? Just stop dying. I was doing so well.
Honestly, if you beat that game by the end of the year, I'll be so impressed.
Oh, I've beaten it before.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna beat it again. I'm gonna go through, and I'm actually somehow beating the game only gives you a 150 gamer score out of 1,000. Just beating the game, so I've got a lot of things to do.
There's probably got to get S rank on everything or something.
There's no way. You even said there's no way to get S rank.
Well, I don't know. Probably not.
You're gonna fall down the YouTube rabbit hole of the perfect Sonic 06 run.
I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Well,
why not?
I think that's all. I don't have anything else other to add than to comment on the video, leave us some reviews, share this with